What's up, crypto kids, node army, profit seekers, my friends? How you doing? Today I'm coming at you from Project X. This is a really cool, DOS, DeFi as a service, node as a service, NFT as a service type of project. And I've been winning this one for a good while, and they just had some new updates that makes this extremely bullish. Now, one thing about this has always been nice is how simple and elegant everything is. Let me turn that Discord off so we don't get bugged by those sounds. Now, from the beginning, this has been a very simple and elegant interface. They try to be very simple with not a bunch of weird tokenomics and a bunch of strange things going on where you have to take an extreme amount of time to come in and understand it. They want anyone to basically, at the glance, be able to drop in their tokens, create a node, move along their way, and start collecting their passive income. Make it very low barrier to entry as far as understanding what's going on and all that good stuff. And these guys have been very transparent. They've done like the CryptoNairs, AMA, they've done, they've been out and about, well known, and the way the whole thing came about is really great. These guys actually were a group of people involved in Strong, and they're, a group of investors. They started getting together, coming up with strategies, and from that created a community and this investor group called the Group of 100, and they use all those people in like a hive mind type mentality or strategy to basically come up with all their stuff. And that group, that insider group of founders, they call them, and they're not getting like extra rewards or any of that stuff. They're just a part of this insider focus group that they all trust because they all know each other. And it's cool because you have a whole bunch of minds working on different stuff, looking under the hoods, checking for things, seeing things that you might not see, seeing red flags you might not see, seeing opportunities you might not come up with, that whole type of thing. They come together, and that is kind of the backbone hive mind of Project X. And this logo here wasn't the logo we always had. We used to have like some gas masked creature, and this logo makes a lot more sense, and but I liked the old one. Right now I have 1096 in PX2 rewards. So as I was saying, it's really simple. 10 PX2, make yourself a node, boom, you get 0.17 PXT2 tokens per day per reward. However, there's an 18% sales tax, right? You have to claim nodes. There's no compound way to get out of that tax. That's paid by everyone. That feeds the treasury. We all need that to happen. So know that. This was the old logo. Here's the new logo. They are KYC approved by Assure. We're going to look at their Medium article today because it's pretty impressive and it goes over all the new stuff. Most of the team members are out front, docs, all that good stuff. They got pictures, LinkedIn profiles, they've been out, they're all talking, and that KYC is through Assure, which is one of the better places to do it as opposed to something like, Solidity Finance or something along those lines. Okay. So the price right now is 18.5. However, it has been much higher in the past. We were up to $30 just not that long ago, so we had a nice retracement. Here's that $30 spike up to there. I'm on the 1 hour, yeah. So there we were, up to 42, but it did hang around the 30, in the 30s for a good while. And then as of late, it's been dropping down, finally broke below teens, and I started creating a few more nodes. We got a little bit of sale pressure here, and, probably get a lot of buy pressure from me. So yeah, I've been DCAing into this one. This is their white paper here. We are the X Collective, a community-driven team and project space for new possibilities in the ever-expanding DeFi universe. Project X is what unites us as we distill our experiences into creating a vehicle for everyone to participate in, creating a sustainable passive income fueled by innovations in the crypto sphere. Pretty interesting. Project X originally arose in a number of Telegram groups and longtime strong block investors. Basically all the stuff I just gave you in a nutshell. So they've had, phase 1 out for a long time, and now we're moving into phase 2. Here's back to phase 1 was the phase 1 of Project X with the creation of a DeFi as a service platform. And these guys have done a very good job at managing their treasury, which a lot of these platforms, when they come out, it's all about what they're building, their NFTs, the different weird tokenomics, the balances for this, burns for that, and they never go into what they're doing with their with their treasury. And they're like, oh, we're gonna let the community vote on it and be done. the community, those community members, they should be relying on your expertise. So having this hive mind of 100 great investors who already are deeply rooted in the DeFi space gives you a think tank of not the lowest level investors, but people who know what the hell they're doing, right? That's important, you know, because a lot of the times when you see like community votes, a lot of those people are just voting on, it seems like they don't even know what they're voting on, right? So maybe the community is not necessarily the best people to drive it, to where a representative of the community who actually, you know, is well versed in DeFi and spends their whole day in DeFi, you might rather consider their vote deserves a little more weight than the average, you know, community person in Cambodia or something, right? You know, I don't mean that in the bad way or anything, but, you know, having someone who has sharpened their knives fight your knife battle is better than someone who is on their very first knife, if that makes sense, or has a rusty piece of metal they're trying to turn into a knife. PXT2 token holders are able to use their tokens to create nodes, as those nodes are rewarded with a drip of PXT2 rewards. A portion of the PX2 used for node creation is sold into AVAX and sent to the treasury. The AVAX is to be used for investments in other projects and revenue-generating assets. This allows the building of a treasury that can be used to help sustain node rewards through a variety of means, and that's why I like this type of business model, you know, where they build up a treasury and then the treasury eventually takes over and sustains the coin price, or they pay us out in treasury revenue or whatever it is. But we come in as VCs, we're getting the token emissions, and then as they build up that treasury and the treasury starts building steam, gathering compounds and stuff, and starts at some point should take over, right? And the better projects will do that. The projects that aren't better projects, that don't have a good team, that don't know, don't know a freaking a play to earn game from a hole in the ground. They're not really. That's not really the ones that are going to last. The ones that are going to last are the ones who know their stuff. And whether the token price settles at a lower price or not, you can't really determine that at the time, but taking into consideration the tokenomics when this thing goes, when it's built, how sustainable it is from the beginning, how much those emissions pay out over and over, and whether the market's completely saturated, all that stuff matters. And so having a team that knows what they're doing, start out with a sustainable model, and can work that treasury like a pro, so that treasury will come back and be the fuel in the tank, right? That's what we're looking for. By investing in projects as a community, we can achieve greater capital scale and diversification while minimizing individual operating speed bumps, such as gas fees, bridging, and the opportunity cost of inability to scale. Absolutely anyone who has created a crypto wallet and can use the Project X website, and it's that easy, create passive income and gain exposure to DeFi without needing to research new projects, bridge funds to new blockchains, pay gas fees, play video games, and the suck time it takes to invest and keep up with all that DeFi, with all those DeFi projects. That's what DeFi as a service is, right? So now we're moving into phase 2. So let's go over that. They just gave us this article, which basically is two AMAs, kind of combined, cliff noted, so to speak. The X Collective, we have had a wonderful first few months and a couple of great AMAs from the team. Please read on below for the highlights for those two AMAs. Okay, highlights. AVAX validator is up and running, has been since January 30th. Contract audit is on the roadmap after upgrades are complete. Doxing, voluntary doxing of certain team members is upcoming. UOT, so that's the Union of Transparency. They have different levels of Union of Transparency, but just being involved in Union of Transparency means your code is where it is, you've done audits on your specific code, you got most of your people KYC'd, you have your treasury out front, all that good stuff. And since they have different levels, I perfectly think, Project X could be in the very, very top level of the Union of Transparency, and that will give them a bunch more exposure and all that good stuff. And the reason they haven't been in there yet is because their code is not complete from where they are. So being able to get into this, even though they have all the I's dotted and T's crossed to be in the Union Transparency, but they're not in there yet before that bump. And it's almost like a Coinbase listing at this point. NFTs, utility being explored. Cool. White paper, a new one, upcoming. Alpha. Project X team has been working hard for you behind the scenes, and surprise, we've been running AVAX validator nodes since January 30th, 22. This will help secure the AVAX blockchain as well as earning the project 11% on its staked AVAX. The team has also explored working on nodes that pay out in additional currencies, not just the PXT2 token. Nice. The team has explored NFTs and what their impact to the community would be, and are continually evaluating what makes sense for both you and the project long term. Main areas of interest for NFT functionality are around node ownership transfer, both permanent and temporary. Oh, that's interesting. So a temporary, like you could like lend it to someone or rent it to them, and then it automatically, springs back over to your wallet. That sounds pretty interesting. And possibility using NFTs to unlock payments in other tokens. Ooh, I like that too. Sustainability. The team's focus from the outset has and remains to design, build, and operate a healthy and sustainable passive income cryptocurrency with a highly involved, inclusive, and ethical community of global supporters. The honest truth is no one has figured out the magic bullet for the long-term sustainability of a node space, but these guys are long-term focused. We are so very early. With that said, the team understands and remains committed to flexibility within the protocol to know what Project X today will different from what project looks like a year from now. Ideas that have been explored and will likely be rolled out at some point include a node regeneration fee, ability to pay out in tokens other than PXT2, building out gamification and other utilities for the token. Jeez, I can't read today. So lots of good stuff going on there. Here was the other AMA. The Miner is our new community lead. So some guy named Miner, he seems cool. I think his picture was on the front. Thank you all for your hard work. DiCaprio. Charity submissions open for nominees. Games and Beers Tuesday is coming back. Boutique merch and artwork shipping more frequently, so they do have their own merchandise that you can get. X-Chain will be a subnet of AVAX utilizing PTX2 as a native token, so they are creating their own chain. Pretty cool. Auto compound feature is high on the functionality list to complete. That's pretty often. So NFTs will be launching soon, and their functionality will be tied to node maintenance fees and pricing incentives, but additional utility will be added to them over time. Sustainability, as always, here at Project X, are focused on stability for the long term. The team has many avenues of revenue generation and are currently being explored, in addition to the treasury investments and the AVAX validator currently running that will help with the longevity of the project. If you are looking for a runway calculation, that is how long the rewards pool could sustain itself without the project bringing in outside revenue, that number is in this healthy 3 digits, so at least over 100 days. Development of the upcoming X chain will help make the project's self-sustainable. Read below for more information on that upcoming feature. And it's really interesting because, Avalanche is doing that for Cribata. They're doing that for a lot of different games, especially ones that have high transactions. Vapornodes is getting their own chain, and then what happens is they allow them to use the PXT2 token as gas fees because they have their own chain. You can have other things on that chain, or even just running your own stuff or your own game, especially if they have a game or something down the road. Having all those fees in your own coin, generating your own coin, creates a healthy, healthy buy pressure on the price of the coin. After X-Chain is deployed, we will use it as the base for further development such as staking, mining, gamification, etc. We will also allow and encourage other projects to utilize our subnet, growing the utility of PXT2 in the process, because that will be the gas. Thank you for reading this recap of the February and March AMAs. We hope to catch you on the next one. Okay, there's all that. Let's head back over to the site. So it's really simple to create a node here. I have the 10 coins here. However, I have 18% tax. Let's go ahead and claim that. I should have enough to grab a node. Okay, cool. I have 11 PXT2 tokens. That's plenty enough to make a node. And you don't even have to name them here. They name them for you. You simply just press the create one node button. Unable to create node because it thinks I didn't have a balance. So we're going to refresh that so it will see my 11 tokens. Boom. Nice refresh. We're going to create one node. This will pop down. We'll press confirm. boom, that easy to grab a refresh. So, you know, being over 1% a day and being all the good stuff that these guys got going, I'm pretty damn bullish on everything here. Right now, we're at $17.96 a token, and good time to be building in, you know. Could we get a little bit lower? Sure. And if we do, I'm going to be buying a bunch more because, you know, long-term aspects for passive income where it's sustained by a treasury and this type of model with a team that's running it well, all that stuff matters. And yeah, it's a place to be, in my opinion. So like, subscribe, all that jazz. This is Crypto Music. I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip. Hope you're having a hell of a great day. Hope you got mad profits falling in your lap, and if not, you know, give this thing a look. Might be just the ticket. Not financial advice. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll all see each other on the other side. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.